Hey everyone, this is Rogue Rage, here with Vangirl.
Hey.
We're at Gamers Gambit.
I wave at the camera thinking you can see me.
Yeah, finally we got ourselves a tripod and we're testing it out for the first time. That's why the camera angle is different, no more shakiness, and yeah, hopefully this works out a lot better. And hopefully you guys could hear me because it is a little bit loud in here, but you guys all know the card shop struggle, so yeah. Today we're going to be bringing you my Deletor deck profile. This is the Legion that I was anticipating the absolute most, and for silly reasons, of course, not because of their mechanic or anything, simply because of their artwork. They're like zombie bugs. It reminded me a lot of Mega Colony, and I don't know, that's pretty much the only. And the delete mechanic itself, I was excited for it, but I do feel as though Bushiroad might have watered it down a bit too much and made it a little bit less powerful than it should have been. The manga definitely made it seem a lot better. While I don't think that this deck can stand competitively for too long with this upcoming Stride, just because Stride shit on it, I do think that for the time being it is competitive. It went top 8 in ARG in Orlando this past weekend. But other than that, I don't really see it being that competitive and making a splash in the meta, just because we don't have enough tournaments throughout the year. We need more than 2. If you're watching Bushi, we need more than 2. Alright, so let's get into the deck profile. My starter, as any starter for the deck should be, is Acquired Deletor Igor. He's a Forerunner, and his skill is put this unit into your soul. When your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card and choose a card from your damage zone and turn it face up. Now, I only run 2 of these guys. I've seen deck lists that run only 1, which I think is foolish. I've seen deck lists that run 2, just for sake of ratios. It doesn't really hurt if you run 3. Now, I definitely want to try 3 or 4 just because that unflip and draw is just way too good to not take advantage of it, especially because this is a counterblast heavy deck. I think it's an interesting deck to run simply because I do run the Legion and Oxus, so I feel as though the unflip is necessary because you do need the counterblast. So yeah, so I run 2 of him. Sorry for that. I run 1, 2, 3, 4 Override Deletor Ulg. That's crit trigger. And 1, 2, 4 Marching Deletor Maze. So 8 crit, just because, I don't know if you guys have seen any of my deck profiles, you guys should know that I like running 8 crit for most of my decks, if not all. Can't think of a deck that I have that doesn't run 8 crit, as is my Genesis, which deck has 12 crit, just because that's fun. And I run your standard 4 heal, Taunting Deletor Gotho. I know I don't have to pronounce the names of the triggers because you guys don't know what triggers do, but I don't know, I just really like the names of these guys. It's the only reason I'm taking the time to pronounce them. I run 4 Squeezing Deletor Id. That's the draw trigger. Now, with this deck, I was considering tweaking my general ratios. I was thinking about running 6 draw, 6 crit, and 4 heal, just because the draw power is kind of nice in this deck, because just draw power is nice, especially with just in general. But yeah, still thinking about that one. Don't know if I'm going to do that. Sorry if I bat the tripod. I'm not used to having it. Alright, on to our grade 1s. We run 1, 2, 3, and 4. Refusing Deletor Evil. That's the perfect card for the clan. I will go ahead and say this is my absolute favorite card in the game in terms of artwork. Reminds you a lot of Skeletor, a lot better than Prometheum. And this guy is great simply because he has brought the prices of Prometheum down a little bit for all my friends that play Star Vaders, and it has to be Star Vader because they have OCD like me. Luckily, I got mine for about $5 a piece before this guy came out anyway, and I got Prometheum for $5 a piece, and just get lucked out with those. I run 3 Looting Deletor Gunic. Place my rear guard, Soul Blast 2, and draw a card. Once again, just helps with the hand power. Just nice card all around. I don't run 4, although I have seen other deck lists that do run 4, just because of his 5k base. I don't like riding into this guy at all, because you're sitting there with 5k Vanguard. It's just not fun. So 4 I feel becomes too cloggy, and that's the only reason why I won't run 4. Alright. My next one is Idolizing Deletor Gwyn. This guy's great. His skill is when an attack hits a Vanguard during the battle that this unit boosted, if your opponent has deleted Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's rear guard in the front row and lock it. This guy's great all around. I don't run 4 of him just because sometimes I feel it becomes too cloggy and his skill becomes useless if your it's only really good on the turn that you delete your opponent's Vanguard. Other than that, it's kind of useless. 7k base, not useless, but you know, I just feel like there's things that are better in the deck, such as this guy. I run 4 of him. For Breaking Deletor Gantario, I think that the 10k and 12k attackers are really important in this deck, just because once you delete your opponent's Vanguards, throwing down that 10k attacker could be the difference between 2 or 3 cards drop from hand in order to guard. It's nasty, it's annoying. You could ask Vangirl. It's annoying when you have the 10k attacker out.
Yeah.
And you have to drop more.
I don't really like this deck. It scares me. Literally.
Yeah, Vangirl has this thing where she's kind of a chicken shit. And the artwork of the card scares her. Apparently Igor is like the most terrifying card she's ever seen.
It stares into your soul.
Those are our words from Vangirl. Alright, and our next card is another great card, Greedy Deletor Jail. When this unit attacks his Vanguard, choose a card from your damage zone and turn it face up. So, you know, I don't run 4 of him just because after you've used your counterblast a lot, it seems that your opponent's sitting at 4 or 5 damage anyway. So you don't want to be sitting with a useless on hit when they're not going to let them pass anyway if they're sitting at 4 or 5 damage. So the unflips sometimes become kind of cloggy. I like to ride them early game, and if I need the counterblast. But other than that, I don't really recommend running 4 of him. Here's one of the stars of the deck. This Juxtaposed Leader Gale. He's the mate for Zale. When he's placed on rear guard, if your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row and lock it. He's great just throwing down after you've deleted your opponent's Vanguard after Legioning or with Oxys, because then you're just locking their cards and they're sitting there with a dead field potentially if they can't ride over their deleted Vanguard, and it's great. Really good pressurizing card. Can't say enough good things about him. Yeah, great mate, great card all around. I'm hoping that we get more Deletor support, so hopefully you could be using a few more decks other than this one. Our last grade 2, sorry, is Pursuing Deletor Ego. He's our 12k attacker, like I said for the 10k attacker. Run him for the same exact reason. Really good pressurizing on deleting turn, and just all around 12k attackers are something that I enjoy running in my deck just because they help hit those good magic numbers. On to our grade 3s. I run 3 Juxtaposed Deletor Zale. He's the Legionnaire for Gale, and he's the only Legion that I run this deck because it's the only Legion that the Deletor's got. You counterblast 2 inches a card from your hand and discard it. When he Legions, you pay the cost and you delete your opponent's Vanguard. Now I only run 3 of him because I find his delete mechanic itself kind of meh, just because it's not like Oxys who forces your opponent to drop a card. This guy, you have to drop a card instead of putting one in the soul, so it ends up being, I don't know, it's more of a personal preference thing. I like this guy endgame. Actually, no. Yeah, I like this guy endgame after 1 or 2 turns with Oxys, because then you've got him sitting with his secondary skills. When he attacks, he gets plus 2,000, so you're sitting there with at least 22,000 Vanguard swinging after their resources have been depleted thanks to Oxys, and he puts triggers back in deck when he Legions, and yeah, just a good card overall. I do like him, but I wouldn't run 4 of him just because he's not your optimal grade 3 ride. Your optimal first grade 3 ride, at least in my opinion, is Daunting Deletor Oxus, who I run 4 of. Skill, it's not a limit break and it's not a lead-in skill, which is what makes this card pretty good in my opinion. You kind of boss 3 cards with the leader in its card name and choose one of your rear guards, put it into your soul, delete all of your opponent's vanguards, and it gets plus 10, and this unit gets plus 10,000 until end of turn. So it's kind of like a pseudo legion. You're locking them, you're deleting them, sorry, not locking, deleting them, causing them to discard from hand if they want to ride over, and you're hitting for at least 21,000. Yeah, all around great card. Some people before his release were talking about how shitty he was, but I think that the fact that he's not a limit break or an ultimate break, nor does he require a legion, and he only requires 3 counterblasts. If he required anything less than 3 counterblasts, it'd be kind of broken. I do think he's a great card. I'm hoping he's just a glimpse of what's more to come for the leaders and these coming G sets. And yeah, other than that, I don't have too much else to say about the deck. Like I said, it's a great fun deck to play. It's pressurizing. It hurts when you delete your opponent's vanguard and then lock some of their front row. I do think it has the potential. It had the potential to make a real splash in the meta, but with all these rush releases, with Stride coming out in a month and a half, yeah, with Stride coming out in a month and a half, there really is no time for the leaders to make a splash in the meta, unfortunately. But we'll see if they get any support. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Like, comment, subscribe, and this is Rogue Rage and Fangirl, and saying bye, guys.
Bye.